The day I married my sister's fiancé, my mother refused to attend. My father called me a monster. And my sister, she didn't cry. She just smiled and said, "You'll regret this, Diana." I thought she was being dramatic. But 4 years later, I found out why she smiled. And the truth was so dark, that I wished I had never been born. My name is Diana. This is not just a story of love or betrayal. This is a story of secrets that kill. Stay with me until the end, because the last twist will change everything you think you know. Let me take you back 6 years. My sister, Elena, was the golden child. Beautiful, charming, everyone loved her. I was the quiet one, the shadow. Elena was engaged to a man named Marco. Handsome, rich, and madly in love with her. But 3 weeks before their wedding, Elena disappeared. No note, no call, no message. She just vanished. My parents searched everywhere. The police got involved. But after 2 months, everyone gave up hope. And Marco was broken. He used to sit on our porch every evening, holding her photo. One night, he looked at me and said, "Diana, you have her eyes. Stay with me. Please." I was lonely. I was hurt. And I said yes. My parents begged me not to marry him. They said it was wrong. But I was stubborn. I told myself, Elena is gone. She's never coming back. I deserve happiness too. So I married my sister's fiancé. For 3 years, we were happy. Or so I thought. First twist, strange happening. After our second anniversary, strange things started happening. I would find Elena's old hair clip on my pillow. Her favorite perfume would suddenly fill the room. Once, I swear I heard her laugh from the basement. I told Marco. He said I was imagining things. He said, "You miss her. That's normal." But then I found a locked drawer in his office. When I asked him to open it, he screamed at me for the first time. That night, I broke the lock. Inside, there were letters. Dozens of them. All addressed to Elena. And they weren't old letters. The latest one was dated last week. Marco had been writing to my sister, for years, as if she was still alive. But that wasn't the worst part. At the bottom of the drawer, I found a photograph. It was taken 2 months ago. In it, Marco and Elena were standing together, smiling. She wasn't dead. She wasn't missing. She was hiding. I didn't cry. I didn't pack my bags. I printed the photo, walked into the living room, and placed it on Marco's lap. His face turned white. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. I said, "Tell me everything, or I call the police right now." And then Marco confessed. Elena never wanted to marry him. She had fallen in love with someone else, a man our parents would never accept. So she asked Marco to pretend to be her fiancé. It was all a cover. But Marco really loved her. And when she disappeared, he couldn't let go. So he tracked her down. He found her living in a small town 3 hours away. And he started visiting her, as a friend. Or so he claimed. I asked him, "Did you sleep with her after we got married?" He looked at the floor and whispered, "Only once." That's when something inside me died. Not because of love, but because I realized I had been a fool for 4 years. A replacement. A shadow. Just like always. Most women would leave. But I had spent my whole life being second to Elena. Not anymore. I went to see Elena myself. She lived in a cute little house with her new husband, a mechanic named Carlos. When she opened the door, she didn't look surprised. She just smiled, that same smile from our wedding day. She said, "Took you long enough to find out, sis." I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I just said, I'm not here to ruin your life, Elena. I'm here to make you an offer. I told her that if she publicly admitted to faking her disappearance and letting me marry Marco, I would give her the family inheritance that our parents had left for both of us. She would get her share, but only if she came back and told the truth. Elena was greedy. She agreed. We arranged a family meeting. My parents, Marco, Elena, and me. That day, Elena confessed everything, how she lied, how Marco betrayed me, how they both used me. My father cried. My mother fainted. And Marco? He begged me to stay. He said, I love you, not her. I looked at him and said, you loved a ghost. And I'm done being invisible. But here's the part one haven't told anyone, until now. That inheritance I promised Elena? There was no inheritance. Our parents lost almost everything in bad investments years ago. I lied to her. And the photo of Marco and Elena? I didn't find it in his drawer. I put it there. I had hired a private investigator to follow Marco. I knew about his visits to Elena within the first year of our marriage. I didn't leave him then because I was gathering evidence. I was planning. You see, Elena wasn't the only one who could pretend. On that family meeting day, I recorded everything. Every confession. Every tear. I sent the recording to all our relatives, to Marco's boss, and to Elena's new husband, Carlos. Carlos divorced Elena within a month. Marco lost his job and his reputation. My parents finally saw Elena for who she really was. And me? I walked away with the only thing that mattered, my freedom. Some people will call me cruel. Others will say I was justified. But I don't care about their opinions. What I learned is this: being the good girl doesn't protect you from being used. Sometimes, you have to fight fire with fire. I didn't ruin Elena and Marco, they ruined themselves. I just pulled back the curtain. Today, I live alone. No husband, no lies, no shadows. And for the first time in my life, I am enough. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you loved, you are not alone. And you are not weak. This channel, Stories of Diana, is for you. Every story I tell will remind you that survival is the best revenge. If you made it to the end, you're my kind of person. Hit like, it tells YouTube to share this story with others who need to hear it. Subscribe to Stories of Diana and turn on the bell. I post new true emotional stories every Wednesday and Saturday. And comment below, would you have forgiven your sister? Or would you have done what I did? The most honest comment will be featured in my next video. I'm Diana. Remember, behind every tear, there's a story. And behind every story, there's power. See you in the next one.